I've been joined in studio by Amanda Clinton Esquire. She's head of Chambers Clinton Consultancy. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Trust you good?
Very well, thank you for asking.
Janet Nabla is the founder of the People's National Party. Someday to come, they will become a governing party. So I'm sitting with the founder of a potential governing party. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. It's going to be 2028.
2028. Good. Yes, it's good that, and you're going to be presidential candidate,
Yes,
right?
please.
So good to have
First time we'll have a female president in this country who will bring the changes that the men couldn't do. I will bring it to them.
You'll bring it. Good. You need to have Amanda Clinton on the other side. Okay. Kojo Nsafwapoko is executive director of Insta PR. Is that how we have to?
Instep.
Instep.
The R is silent.
Oh, okay. All right. Instep. And he is a member of the MPP's Communication Directorate. He's a strong member of the Baumia campaign as well. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Hope all is well.
When I have people saying that when there's a group of people, all of them gets 2%. They've never gotten more than 2%. Then one person from that group says that he's going to win an election. It's equivalent to pigs flying.
You have to dream. You have to aim high.
Well, of course you can dream, but that's the point. The point is people should start getting it to the point that it's a two-party state.
Oh, we can get there one day.
The UK is getting to a third-party state in terms of the reform. No, the reform.
Has never been a two-party
The reform
state.
party in the UK
He says they are getting there.
The UK has never been a two-party
I know.
He says they're getting there.
Yes, but I'm saying that it has never been a two-party state.
Okay.
Oh, really?
No, UK has never been a two-party
Well, in terms of
Let me tell you
In terms of
something.
winning has only
the UK,
been...
the Lib Dems, hold on, the Lib Dems, don't forget the Lib Dems.
But have they ever
But they never...
No, but they were in coalition with the Labour.
Well, that's only coalition.
No, but that's the point. So don't bring the UK
But Kojo, if that's the case, then you have to say, then you have to see people
the UK
has won election before them.
The UK is a very wrong example because it's a parliamentary system.
Okay.
In parliamentary system, like today, right, the Nigel Farage party in the next election might win more seats than other Scottish teams and all that, right? So the UK is a bad example because it's two different systems. In a presidential system, name a country, US. No, it's a two-party state, right?
Democratic Republic.
Exactly. It's a two-party state.
Unless there's a
we have 19 million voter population in our voters register. For the first time, both MPP and NDC got about 11 million votes out of the almost 19 million. Look at the number of people that refuse to vote for either political parties. People are becoming dissatisfied with both MPP and NDC.
But
and they are looking,
the MPP say their members didn't vote.
And I'm saying that,
No,
and I'm saying, yes, they did not vote. That's why I'm saying that they are becoming dissatisfied with the two political parties and they are looking for a third option. The third option must be someone who speaks to their ideas and who is not just a speaker but a doer. And that is what the PNP we will bring to bear. For the first time, a woman will come into place. Women, you know them. We are not people who like talking too much without implementing what we say. So, and the Ghanaian women who are the largest voters understand who we are. And when I open my mouth to speak, they will trust me more than any other man because we have seen different types of men in our Fourth Republic and they've not brought into completion what they said they were going to do. So what he's saying is neither here nor there because I know 2028 is going to be a space setter and the PNP is going to come out victorious.
Kojo, the data is clear. Women don't vote for women. I don't get where we are trying to get this. We did it with the Hillary Clinton issue. Educated white women did not vote for Hillary. We did it with the recent one. What's her name? The lady who...
Kamala Harris.
Yes, Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Same thing. Women did not vote. Women do not vote for women. I don't see how everybody thinks that because there's a woman candidate, women are going to vote.
So when you have only a scientific, when your statement is based on
data.
Women, yes. On data.
Yes.
On someone whose party was already in power. Hillary Clinton's party was already in power. There have never been a situation whereby a woman will come into place, and this is the first time the woman, if John Mahama, if the vice president was to be contesting elections in 2024, he would have won hands down. Okay, because people did not vote for Mahama, they voted for the DC.
Okay, may I make a point on that? When you're talking about female leadership, we've got countries like Australia and Italy. And your point is a very good point.
They are parliamentary systems.
Yes, but the point is...
Parliamentary systems.
The point is, the reason why in Australia and Italy females won is because they didn't focus on being female. They focused on being the most resounding voice.
But those are parliamentary systems.
In any
case,
not the same. But in any case,
parliamentary systems.
One should not. I mean, NPP is a leading. You shouldn't be intimidated if a potential woman wants to run.
No, we are not intimidated.
No, but
what I'm saying is that let's speak to the data. You are using parliamentary systems are not the same as presidential systems.
In any case, if the focus is not female,
Margaret Thatcher was conservative. She was head of state. Hold on. Margaret Thatcher was a prime minister, right? The parliamentary system is different. Bannock, I hope I got her name right, the leader of the opposition party in the UK now, of the head of Conservative, the Kemi.
Bannock.
Kemi. She can rightfully become the leader of the prime minister if there was. You remember the one that was prime minister? The British and the Italy and Australian system are completely different from our presidential system. What I'm saying to you is that let's not belittle the point that I'm not belittling it like a female can be president. We had President Shirley Johnson in Liberia. I'm not belittling that point that a female cannot be. In Ghana today, I'm not talking about who leads what. I'm saying that the parties that have always been part of a 2%, right, never gotten more than 2%. The others, I'm not saying a woman cannot be. If she is to come to MPP and manage to fight and become the leader of MPP, she would become the next president in 2028. But that's fine. I'm telling you, what I'm saying is that it's the parties. She rightfully said something. If Nana, right, was the president, was the flag bearer of the NDC, Nana would have been the president.
Yes, but the only disruptor to that, for instance, is, I mean, if there was a coup or something, because you're saying it's impossible.
I don't become part of
but you're saying it's impossible. But the more you say things are impossible, the more the voice of the people speaks. So if people are already very unhappy with one party in particular, so let's not just go on statistics, because this is about the people's will. Yeah. And at the end of the day, the people's will always speak one way or the other.
It's never possible until it's possible. So that one today, I think we'll leave it there. But for now, that 2%...
but you believe in it is possible, right?
Everything is possible.
Listen, no, that thing, whoever said that, not everything is possible.
Everything is possible.
No, not everything is possible. Let's not...
Then you don't believe in
Let's not, no, you see...
Impossible, I am possible.
Let's not, you see, look, in the MPP, Dr. Baumia's slogan is possible. It is possible. That has in its own context. We keep telling kids certain things that in reality is not true. Not all things are possible. No, not all things are possible, my dear. Me and you can go at this the whole day. Not all things are possible. There are things that are possible. There are things that are not possible. Members of the 2%, the others, winning 2028 is not possible. Anybody can think otherwise.
I am here to tell you that it is going to be possible.
Okay, that's fine. So she has a dream. Let her keep a dream.
Well, that's fine. Exactly, but
okay.
They will leave it as that.
Okay. Let's start the whole thing with, I don't know if you've seen the video in which a very young boy, I'm sure this boy will be like...
2 years.
Is it 2, huh?
3, I think it's 3.
Okay, being given
2 years old.
an alcoholic drink. Let me start with the mothers, and then I'll come to the fathers. Me and Kojo, we're all fathers, but let me start with mothers. I mean, how did that come to you when you saw that young boy? And people were filming it.
It's very sad. It's very sad that our country, when we talk about morality, is degrading down to an abyss. Who were those filming this? Couldn't they have rescued this child? How could a mother and a father be involved in a thing of this nature? What did the child do? A child of 2 years old, what did he do that warranted such an attitude? Or I don't know what happened, because we have all heard that some parents, when they want their children to sleep, they give them alcohol. They've caught some people doing that in East Legon. They were house helps who also tried to induce a child just to sleep so that they can have their time to do whatever they wanted to do. And now we are having a father, not any other person, a father and a mother who are involved in such an act. This is so sad. I think when we talk about, you know, PMP, we have something we call my family, my community, my motherland. That's our slogan. And it is we are telling Ghanaians that if you don't have a strong family system, you can't have a good community, and you cannot be able to build a nation when you have problems with family, communities, and you want to build a nation. So to us, you must build a family first, to have a strong family systems so that this thing will not be happening. And the community is even part of it. Those who are forming, they are part of it. And they are not seeing anything wrong with such a behavior. I'm so happy that Dovsu came in to take the child to to take care of the child whilst they arrested both mother and father. I heard that they were not the only people. There were many, but two of them, they are at large. So they are still looking for them. This is so sad. As a country, we should bow down our heads in shame. I have been saying every day that it is families, religion, and our educational systems that have destroyed this country. Because you are born into a family and you have a mother and a father who are supposed to train you well so that you will not be corrupt. Then we also have a educational system that when you go to school, they are supposed to teach you about morality. And now we have religious systems that are also supposed to shape your moral values. So how can we pass through all these three and yet we are corrupt? How can we pass through all these three and yet we are not the people that we are supposed to be? It means there's something wrong somewhere. And so for us to always fight among ourselves, talking about these things that happen in our communities, we need to look at the institutions that we establish. Why are they not working? Why is the community part of this act? To me, I think it's very, very, very shameful. And it is, the shame is coming to all of us because those who were filming, they are not people who came from the moon. They were community people who did not know that that was even a wrong thing. And they participated in trying to drag a 2-year-old child with alcohol, not knowing that, not even thinking about the effect of that alcohol. It can destroy the liver. If a child takes alcohol, it's going to destroy the child's liver. So why were they doing this? I don't know. So as a community or a country, a family, we should think about some of these things, that one person's child is another person's descent. In the olden days, someone can come to your house and cane you. Yes. Why is it that it's not happening nowadays?
Yeah, it's gone because of, I don't know, maybe modernization. Today you can't cane anybody's child. They will come at you. But Amanda, social media or the penchant of people to record something and put on social media, isn't that also part of the reasons why people would want to engage in any other act just to film and to get the internet crazy on it? How do we address that?
I mean, we address that by knowing that social media is also helpful because it brought awareness to the situation as well as prevention in terms of how quickly, you know, the government responded and the police responded, and they're still looking for people.
I'm thinking, wasn't this one done because of social media? Let's give it to him, film it and put it on social media.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the irony is the people filming didn't even know it was wrong. So as you were saying, that is another thing to address, that society has become so perverse in a way that some people who are supposed to have child responsibility wouldn't even know that that's wrong, and that they would put that on social media. But we're happy for social media. I'm very happy for social media because without that, the world would not know that that child needed, you know, protection, first and foremost. But ultimately, it's about adult responsibility and protection. And if people are incapable of that, you know, that's why we have child services, etc., where the, and even in court, you know, the child is paramount in terms of the interest of the child is paramount in all situations. So although social media was used as a vehicle to sort of ridicule this situation, etc., social media was also used as a vehicle for protection and awareness, and to ensure that people saw that who are in responsibility and to take action, because those people do not deserve to have a child in their home.
What's going to happen? You're a lawyer. Help us understand what's going to happen once some of them are in the grip of the law?
I mean, I have absolutely no doubt that this will attract jail time, because it is so serious on every level, and the judge who's probably going to sit in that case will, you know, family court judges do care particularly about the interests of the child, which is paramount, and the fact that a child's brain is underdeveloped, and, you know, a child could be given alcohol, does not only damage the brain, but gets them addicted at an earlier age, gets them to think that that's normal, and puts them in a position where they could be compromised. Because if you're going to do that to a child, what else are you going to do around that child, etc.? So I have absolutely no doubt that this is going to attract jail time, and that the authorities will use it as an example for the public to literally just jail those people, and even those filming, perhaps.
Okay. Ojo?
Yeah, my brother, I think this boils down to civic education. I think we've gotten to a place in our society that a lot of people don't know things that are wrong are wrong. Morality is at its lowest. People are just in a place where they think everything has to be shown on social media. And yes, my sister makes a point that if it wasn't for social media, we would not have seen it. But the point to be made also is that when there are issues on social media and people are happy to forward them, in the other jurisdiction, and if Ghana, the cyber authorities were up and going and they are using the cyber law, if you forward those images, those also forwarding the images are guilty of the same crime.
Okay.
So the person who did it, the parents who are actually administering that illegality, because that Jojo drink is an 18% alcoholic drink. 18%.
This is the first time I'm seeing it.
Yes, it's 18% alcoholic energy drink, right? So you're giving an 18% drink to a child, and you're happy enough to film it. You remember that girl, something Polo, who took some nude pictures with her son? Thank you. And she went to jail for it, right? Yeah. And after that, everything has now disappeared in that aspect, because we copy certain things for other jurisdictions from all these social media stuff, and we think it's okay to do it in Ghana. This is a country where there are statutes. The only problem is that we don't always work with our statutes, right? The issue of you even resending a lot of people like to just forward stuff they see on social media. If you are listening today, be careful that it's not only that you are the one who authored the video, the fact that you also forwarded that video, you can also be guilty of the same crime, because that is sharing a video of a minor. It's like child pornography, right? Anybody that forwards child pornography is guilty of it. So we need to have a lot of civic education in this country. Unfortunately, that has broken down, right?
But I've heard the three of you talk about the breakdown in the moral value of this country. How did we get here?
We got here by just the education system. Look, everybody came in and just bastardized the education system. We don't punish anymore. I don't know where we actually, you remember off air, we were talking about caning, right? And people say, oh, nobody canes anybody anymore. Why? Why don't we beat people anymore? Why can't we cane people? Why can't we punish? Why not? Spare the rod and spoil the child. It's in the Bible. So we looked at the Western world. I've always said on multiple platforms that Ghana and West Africa and Africa, so to say, is probably 50 years away from the Western world. We can actually see where we are going from where somebody is. So we know our destination, right? We know, if you look at the UK today, where little kids, 12 years, 13 years, are walking around and stabbing people in the streets. We know our destination, and that's a result of those kids, their parents cannot even punish them.
They can actually call the police on them,
yes,
right?
if they punish them. Yeah. So there is no discipline in the home. In Ghana, somebody who's your neighbor, when your mom is not around, when we were growing up, would discipline you and tell your mother, and your mother would discipline you. If you are found, let's say I'm around Fanti Newtown doing something and I'm doing something wrong, the neighbor will beat me. Then tell my mother when she comes back, and my mother will also beat me. So when you're out, you are respectful, you are doing everything right, because you know that we are all thy neighbor's keeper. Thy neighbor's keeper is gone.
And we need to bring back shame.
Exactly.
You know, it's about shame. You know, people should have a sense of shame
You understand?
in terms of this is not what you do. You cannot do this.
Look, teachers,
and if you do, you know, this a personal sense of shame at certain acts that you wouldn't even think of doing it. You know, that is where we have to.
Teachers and principals in schools are handicapped.
Yeah.
Teachers and principals are handicapped. Most of the discipline in us was instilled in secondary school or boarding school, primary school level. There's no such thing anymore. If parents are not strict, I have 3 canes in my house. I've never used it, but they know it's there. 3 canes. My kids will tell you, pio-pio. That's what we call it. We call it pio-pio. And the first time I bought it, I actually went online and showed them a video from Pakistan. Yes, I showed my kids a video from Pakistan where somebody is getting a public lashing. And I told them that this is what it's for. So they saw the cane, they saw somebody being whipped on YouTube. And from that day, they know that I have those 3 canes in my room. I've never had to use it because...
Are you sure?
I've never had to use it. Look, my point is that...
But even if he has...
Even if I used it, yes, I would say I used it.
Because as I sit here,
yes.
I mean, just as you are talking, I'm reminiscing my childhood.
Yes.
And my father waking me up at dawn to cane me for something my mother reported to him that I did. For example, dodging school.
Yeah.
Going to watch 12:15. 12:15 is the movie that was shown around 12.
Yeah, we know that 12:15.
Then
yes.
when my father will wake me up at dawn, the door is locked. There's no help coming from anywhere. You are whipped. And that really got, I mean, I say that benefited me. Because then anything I do, I think about my father who would cane me. Okay, I don't want to be caned. I won't do it. So when we take that out of our setting, thinking that the lawyers, Amanda,
there are excesses. There are excesses.
Yes, that's why it's there.
And it's the excesses that make people think that, oh, let's stop it. But we could have checked the excesses and still kept some level of discipline at home. Because if a parent, I mean, you give birth to a child, there's no way, like the same way somebody is giving alcohol to a child. I think that not everybody should be everybody should be given a right to have a child, but that's a different topic.
Actually, it was a question I wanted to ask.
Yes, but it's a different question for different day. Let's not drag this show into something else. But that is there. A lot of people believe that. But the same way people actually mutilate and do all sorts of things to children, right? It's a different conversation from saying that because there can be excesses, let's stop something completely. And for me, that is where we got here. There is no discipline. There is no fear. And that is the biggest problem. Today in Ghana, there is no fear.
Yes, and I think in the UK, many years ago when I studied, family law in the UK, I remember particular cases about, parents disciplining children and cases that went to court, etc. And from what my recollection is, the rule was not breaking skin. You know what I mean? That a parent... It was accepted that a parent can discipline a child,
don't break skin.
but don't break the skin. So, there's limits to this.
Yeah.
And then also adding other reinforcements such as, denial of TV, denial of pocket money, internet. Things that would hurt more than perhaps a caning, etc.
That's the foreign world, right?
No, but internet in Ghana is, kids like that. I mean,
I get it, but they are talking about the urban center. For a person living in Fanjinikobo, what is internet to him or her? It's not. Probably the cane will do.
Yes.
If it doesn't break the skin.
Yeah, I mean, when we were in school, they would 4 boys will hold you, and the teacher will lash your back. You won't do what you do.
I understand that. The fear. Right now, there's no fear of anything. There's no repercussion.
No.
Anyway.
There's no repercussion. The fact that there's no repercussion, everybody walks around and do whatever they want. The reason a 12-year-old can stab somebody in the UK today, because they know that there's no repercussion. And if they are...
they will be arrested.
No, they're arrested as a minor. No, they're arrested as a minor. And these kids are savvy enough to know that if you're arrested as a minor, they know what the consequences are.
Okay.
That's the problem. You see,
but knife crimes are completely different because knife crimes are more dangerous than guns sometimes because you can hit an artery. I mean, I've been involved in several cases in the UK where it literally spirals.
But are you aware that our children are also learning from that? I remember I had a problem with my son and he reported me to Adabraka police station at the age of 15 years. So when I went, they invited me, I went there. He said that I organized a birthday party for him. He didn't want it, and I infringed on his rights by making him to leave the house to go to Alisa Hotel. Can you imagine?
And you went to the police station?
I like the command. The commander said that, what? I want to go to Alisa Hotel. They organize a birthday party for you, and you are here to report to me. He said, take him and go, send him inside. Let him go and make friends inside the cells. That day, he wept and tried to listen. They held him. And I said, yes, do unto him as he did. You brought me here. Yeah. I did not come here by myself.
No, but I think with the alcohol thing,
they dealt with him.
The law has to take its course. And they have to basically.
Lawyers said it looks like
they have to. There will be some. It has to.
And I like it because ever since that day till now, he gets up in the morning, he comes to greet me. After the police incidents, he no longer go because he knows the police, they don't support such nonsense. You understand? So our security forces, when children come there, they should do unto them as they did to my son that made him to now become sober.
Okay.